All right, Wayne on la route with Bill O'Reilly, as we do on Mondays and Wednesdays, and I'm proud and honored to always have him on my show. Bill O'Reilly, you can find his wisdom at BillO'Reilly.com, and his great new book, national bestseller, New York Times bestseller, right at the top of the list at all times. It is The United States of Trump. I just finished reading it on an airplane about a week ago, read it from front to back in one single trip from the East Coast back to Las Vegas, and enjoyed every minute of it. Hey, Bill, how are you?
Good, Wayne. Thanks for having me in.
So, Republican congressman literally, as we do this interview, moments ago, stormed the impeachment room, the secure, secret impeachment room where Democrats are trying to conduct an impeachment of President Trump without ever voting on it, voting that there should be an inquiry, and without ever disclosing what's happening to the public, and without letting Republicans even see the witnesses or their transcripts. And it was all led by Matt Gaetz, who's actually a pal of mine. I spent some time with him down in Florida at AmpFest 19 at the Doral Hotel about 2 weeks ago. He's a great guy. He's on my show a lot. And they stormed the room. I mean, this is what we've come to. How strange is all this?
I heard it was an early trick-or-treating attempt by the Republicans to get Adam Schiff to give them some stuff. Look, it's a farce. Yeah, it's a farce, right? I think everybody would admit it's a farce, even people who like it. So they're making it a farce. I kind of got a kick out of it. I don't see anything wrong with it. I think the whole impeachment thing is ridiculous. And if they're going to mock it, fine with me.
All right, now we move to an ex-friend of mine and an ex-friend of Trump, who's now the biggest critic of Trump in the whole world other than maybe Mitt Romney, and his name is Anthony Scaramucci. And it's just the strangest thing to see somebody who sold out for Trump and spent 24 hours a day telling everyone in the media how great Trump was for several years, and then turned on a dime and now despises the guy and kind of passes along terrible gossip and rumors that none of which I think are ever going to turn out to be true. His claim now, Anthony Scaramucci, is there's like damning evidence against President Trump. It's going to come out in a matter of weeks. And it's so bad, Trump will be out of office before the election. He'll never be the Republican nominee. How do you believe a word that comes out of this guy's mouth? But your take on it.
I really don't have a take on it. I mean, unless somebody backs up what they say with some kind of fact or some kind of compelling analysis, I just ignore it. I mean, there's so much of this stuff, whether it's from Scaramucci or from, Romney you have to take seriously. He's a senator, and he's a former presidential candidate. But, a commentator, they say what they say. I mean, I don't even watch this stuff anymore on cable news. They got 18 people on a panel on CNN. Nobody knows what they're talking about. Who would watch that? I don't. So I want to punt on this one because I don't care what he says. And it means nothing unless he's got factual backup.
Yeah, and I just wanted to throw in, you said, of course, what Romney says matters because he's a U.S. senator. I get it. And a former presidential candidate and the leader of the Republican Party at one point. I get it. But here, I looked at the transcript as a smart guy, and I was pre-law at Columbia University, and there's nothing in Trump's transcript that would indicate you should impeach the guy. He didn't ask for anything from Ukraine. He had a conversation and asked for an investigation into another guy's corruption. Meanwhile, Mitt Romney, who's bitter and jealous of Trump, looks at that same transcript and he says, I think there's enough information there that this is terrible, this is awful, and we have to have an impeachment inquiry. How do you take Romney seriously?
Well, listen, Utah is your neighboring state. And the people in Utah are going to say, is this what we want? I don't know. I wrote a message of the day, and I hope you read it, about if Trump is going to be impeached for abuse of power, every single president since George Washington could have been impeached on the same thing. And I give you 10 examples, including Abraham Lincoln. Anybody in the executive office could be impeached on abuse of power if you're going to have that as your standard. It's a political play. Everybody knows it's a political play. Everybody knows Romney hates Trump and vice versa. It's almost now to the point where it's just noise, Wayne. Unless there's more evidence or something shocking, he's not going to lose his job, President Trump. And voters are going to have to remember this next November.
That's it. Let's see if they can remember Turkey next November. It seems like the people of America, when I watched the Dallas speech for Trump, his loudest applause was when he said, we're getting out of Syria and we're bringing the troops home. But the politicians in D.C. were very angry at Trump's pullout. He didn't defend the Kurds, et cetera, et cetera. Now this morning we hear there's some sort of a peace agreement, but we've heard that before. Do you really think there is an agreement, and do you think Turkey will abide by it?
There's probably some kind of agreement. Turkey doesn't abide by anything. This stuff is never going to stop over there. It's thousands of years. The most important part of this story is Putin. Putin wants to control the Middle East. All right? You got to keep your eye on Putin. And you got to have enough resources over there, the USA and NATO does, to blunt him from doing bad stuff in the Middle East. That's the story. Not about the Turks or the Kurds. They're always going to hate each other, always going to fight each other, kind of like the Democrats and the Republicans. Putin, keep your eye on him.
All right. Bill O'Reilly, more wisdom always in detail at BillO'Reilly.com. Hope you go over there. I do. And his great book, United States of Trump, #3 on the New York Times bestseller list. Congratulations, Bill. Great stuff. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Wayne. Talk soon.
You just watched Newsmax TV, America's fastest-growing cable news channel. Subscribe to our YouTube channel for breaking news and give us a thumbs up. If you like this video, then share it with your friends. Remember, you can watch Newsmax TV live on YouTube. Newsmax TV, real news for real people.